who joined the National Tripartite Committee meeting at the Ministry of Labour, Jobs and Employment, appealed to the labour unions to consider the dire state of the economy and allow the government some time to deal with the issues to ensure higher remuneration for workers in the coming years.
We're all going to tighten our belts, and there will be no wasteful expenditure. I just appeal to you that let's temper our demands for this year, and once we get out of the woods, we'll set good targets to bring inflation down so that the cost of everything will come down. We've set targets to grow the economy, to make things better, and when the cake is big, then it's bigger, we'll share bigger. We are proposing an independent emoluments committee that would set the incomes for everybody from the president right down to the ordinary laborer. We are prepared to walk this journey with you.
Let's discuss this matter and more on the business brief. a very minimum base according to the MPP and quite disrespectful, but the president is actually making an appeal that let's start from somewhere before we get to giving you more. Is that a right start given the economic situation?
Good afternoon to you. I think it's a good win for the government. I think if you look at where the cost of living or how much increase in cost of living we've seen in the last couple of years, it's been no less than 20% base pay increases. It's quite good for the government. Of course, it means that the real income of the average worker might decline, but I think, organized labor would have acceded to this because they know that the economy is in a difficult place and you don't have to make sacrifices. So the president being able to convince them that we should take a smaller increase in pay while we restructure. But following this, you expect that the government will also show that
inflation is brought down. As we prepare to hear the finance minister speak largely on what government will do for the 2025 fiscal year, what should be the focus for this government in this first year?
Well, the government doesn't have the luxury of choosing what to focus on. There are problems in many, many different sectors that it has to tackle. There's problem with government finances, there's problem with food prices, there are problems with the energy sector, there are problems in the education sector, there are problems in health, there are problems everywhere. I think, because of its importance for daily survival, though, I think paying attention to food and food production, I think it's going to be very helpful. Because the rate at which food prices have been rising is quite problematic. So I think whatever interventions government can put in place to boost food production and help bring food costs down will be important. Then the second one will be energy sector. The electricity sector problems have not been solved at all. And I think what will be important is for the government not to do something in a rush that will cost us in the long term, but to communicate a clear strategy.
At the University of Ghana Business School, as well as an economist for that matter. It's now time to do the latest in our world of sports with Benjamin Yamwa. An economist for that matter. It's now time to do the latest in our world of sports with Benjamin Yamwa.
Who has finally spoken for the first time on the murder of Kotoko's Nana Pole, who was murdered 2 weeks ago in a game. Who was murdered 2 weeks ago in a game with Kotoko and in Swatre.